Some grace about whoops. Hi. Whoops. Getting a little crazy. So we are going to begin the next unit, Unit 4, titled Survival. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our digital textbook here so that you can see this. I'm going to share this with you. All right, so you should be able to see this here, and you should also be able to open this up, page 200, 241. Go to myngconnect.com, select the textbook, and here we've got survival. So we're asking this essential question: what does it take to survive? It's a big question. Lots of ways we could look at it. What does it take to survive? We have this picture here of a huge wave coming up and this boat. And you know what? That would be very scary to feel like this wave was coming up over your boat. You could sink. You could drown. Pretty terrible. All right, so let's look at these ideas here. A good friend protects you from the storm. It's a Chinese proverb. Say it with me. A good friend protects you from the storm. Let's do it one more time. A good friend protects you from the storm. Okay, good. Next one. Don't depend on other people. Do it yourself. Read it with me. Don't depend on other people. Do it yourself. Last time. Don't depend on other people. Do it yourself. So here's what these two things mean. On one hand, when we're in trouble, we need friends. On the other hand, sometimes it's got to just be you. And that's how life is. All the time we are in this balance. I need my friends. I need my family. I need other people to help me out. I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody. I have to fix it myself. So to survive, you might need your family, but sometimes you have to do your work on your own. All right. So big question. What does it take to survive? Going to move on to the next page here. Talking about survival, we've got this idea. A person can live for 3 minutes without air, depending on how good of a swimmer you are or how good your lungs are. Okay. If you were to be trapped or something in the ocean, you could live for 3 minutes without breathing. You can go 3 days without water. 3 days. So if you're ever in the desert and there's no water, you got about 3 days before you die. And you can go about 3 weeks without food. It's a pretty long time without eating. All right. So I just think I'll point this out here. We call this guy a scuba diver. And this, of course, is a droplet of water. A droplet of water. And we've got watermelon and looks like grapefruit and an orange and a pineapple and a banana, maybe some raspberries. We got a green apple down here, some grapes over here on the side. So different fruit. We call all that fruit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move right along. Where we're going to look just at this page 245, Run for Your Life. A girl was on her way home from school. She walked past a house with a large dog in the front yard. The girl was scared of the dog. She started to run for her life. The dog started to run too. Suddenly, she jumped to the side into a neighbor's yard. The dog continued to run after a cat. It's a joke. The girl thought the dog was coming for her, but it was after the cat. She didn't know. Silly. All right. I'm going to read it again. You practice reading it. Even if you are at home, practice saying the words out loud. Run for your life. A girl was on her way home from school. She walked past a house with a large dog in the front yard. The girl was scared of the dog. She started to run for her life. The dog started to run too. Suddenly, she jumped to the side into a neighbor's yard. The dog continued to run after a cat. All right, should I read through that one more time? You can always rewind and practice as much as you want. A girl was on her way home from school. She walked past a house with a large dog in the front yard. The girl was scared of the dog. She started to run for her life. The dog started to run too. Suddenly, she jumped to the side into a neighbor's yard. The dog continued to run after a cat. All right, you see this little dash here, this little line here, that after a cat part? That's literally trying to be a joke. See, we as the reader are surprised. We think the dog is chasing the girl. And so when it turns out the dog is chasing a cat, we're like, oh, I feel so silly. She was scared. I was scared for her. She was fine. The dog didn't care about her. It was the cat the dog wanted. So it's the joke. That little dash tells us it's supposed to be funny. Okay, I think we're going to leave it there for now. So you're going to practice, and then you are going to read this for me later on. All right, you guys. So I hope that takes care of that. You're out there, you're out of touch.